Moving on, let's talk about another counter which has been in news for quite some time, and that is Mahindra Lifespaces. The company had recently launched their second phase of the affordable housing project in Boisar, which is a suburb in Mumbai. The first phase has already been completed. This was the second phase. In the last 1 year, we have seen returns of about 40% as far as Mahindra Lifespaces is concerned. But today, it is holding flat right now. It's flat, but it is trying to recover as we speak from the lowest point of the day. We spoke to Mr. Sriram Mahadevan, head at Happinest, Mahindra Lifespaces, and when we asked him about the kind of response that the company saw in the first phase and what kind of responses the company expected from the second phase of this affordable housing project, then this is what he had to say.
We actually haven't yet launched Boisar Phase 2. We would be launching it, we will be opening it for booking this weekend. But I can give you a response on the Phase 1. We had launched Phase 1 sometime around Diwali, and the response had been excellent so far. We have sold more than 300 flats, and we are looking forward to catering to more end users during this next weekend when we are going to open the booking for Phase 2.
So the booking for Phase 2 of this affordable housing project is likely to open this weekend. What has been the average ticket size in Phase 1, and what are the expectations from Phase 2?
Yeah, in Phase 2, we are launching around 240 flats. The flat sizes ranging between 351 square foot to 762 square foot, with 351 square foot being one-room kitchen and 762 square foot being the 2 BHK. And the ticket sizes would be between 11 lakhs to 21 lakhs. And the pricing is pretty much in the same range at which Phase 1, almost in the same bracket. And we are looking forward to the launch.
Of the total number of residential projects that you have right now, how much of it is in the affordable segment?
See, currently Mahindra Lifespaces used to operate between medium to premium segments. Affordable housing, actually we have started these two pilots, one in Boisar and one in Avadi in Chennai. So currently we are treating this as a pilot, 2 projects, and then taking it forward. In terms of development potential, these 2 developments put together would be somewhere in the range of 1.2 million square foot. And currently MLDL is developing approximately, I think, around 8.5 million square foot.
We also asked the management of Mahindra Lifespaces about the pipeline for affordable housing from here on, and this is what he had to say about it.
This segment is a big underserved market, and one of the key criteria to get into this segment that you have to get your value chain right, and one of the big element of the value chain is the land cost. So we are currently looking at expanding in Maharashtra, and we are obviously trying to find the right fit of the land which we would be able to carry forward. And you know, all these land parcels have to be well connected to the city center. So there are some filters which we use, and applying those filters, we are searching this land parcel, and we will be sooner than later coming up with more announcements on this.
You know, there's this big debate around land bill, we all know, in the current session of the parliament. How do you think the kind of amendments which have been proposed, these are going to be quite significant for the affordable housing segment in particular?
I don't think so, because see, keeping Prime Minister's vision in mind, housing for all, so we are expecting that they would also take care of the land acquisition part for the affordable housing. But as it is, this land acquisition bill does not apply to affordable housing, because we are talking about industrial lands, more than 50 acres. So I wouldn't assume that this would impact in a negative manner the affordable housing land acquisition. And in fact, I would rather say that it would be good, because the ecosystem or the last mile infrastructure will have a positive rub-off effect, which will be very good for all these land parcels that we are looking at, which typically are located at the outskirts of the city where the last mile infra is missing.
There was not many big announcements in the budget as far as the affordable housing space is concerned. Are you disappointed by that?
Well, keeping in mind the Housing for All 2022 vision that the Honorable Prime Minister has made, we were expecting something more in the affordable housing segment. Yeah, I think we are just waiting for some more blueprints to come forward. this is a problem which needs to be tackled on a wall footing, and I'm sure that they would be coming up with something positive soon.
And lastly, what do you think is going to be an impact of RBI's recent norm that they've come out with, including the cost of stamp duty, etc., in the cost of the total housing loan that is being given, especially in the affordable segment?
I think it's a very good move. See, 15% of the cost of the flat typically goes into stamp duty, registration, and all those costs. And that is something which the banks earlier never used to consider as part of the cost of the flat, and which the end user has to finally arrange the money for. And these are the target segments which we are referring to. They struggle to actually bring cash, and but they are able to service the EMIs. So this will go a long way in giving the boost. My only expectation is that 10 lakh threshold should be moved a little bit higher and should be taken up to 20 lakhs.